Hey guys, welcome back to another Sims 4 video on my channel. So today's video is a bit different because I'm bringing you a tutorial on how to build lofts, because ever since I started building these on my channel, you guys kept asking me, how did you build the loft? How do I get the floating platforms? And in today's video, I'm going to show you my techniques and methods to build lofts. We start off very simple, very basic, then I give you some more advanced tips, and I also have a bonus tip for you at the end of the video, which is not necessarily related to lofts only, but I think you guys will find it useful and I hope you like it. By the way, this house here is in the gallery, so if you want to check it out, I'm gonna link it somewhere on the screen here. And now, without further ado, let's get to it. So as you guys can see, we started with a two-story building and I left it open so you guys can get a better look at what I'm doing here. But don't worry, you can of course add walls later on, it's just easier for you guys to see right now. So what you want to do first is press G, which I usually do to get the grid here. The first method I'm going to show is very basic. We're just going to use platforms to build a lofted area. So you want to go to platform, select the square platform tool here, place it, and simply use the arrows to drag it to the right size. Boom, you're done. If you need your loft to be higher up, just click on the first floor, and this allows you to change the wall height. I would recommend going with the short wall or the medium height wall, which is what I use most of the time, especially for smaller builds, like this one here. So now that our lofted area is in place, we need a way to access it, and there's two ways, and the most straightforward way would be to add stairs. I like to place mine next to the wall here, but depending on what you're building, you might want to place them somewhere else. If you don't have a lot of space or don't want to use stairs, you can of course use a ladder, and a lot of people don't seem to know about ladders, and I think it's because they're a bit more hidden. But if you go to stairs, there's an additional icon saying ladders, and depending on which packs you have, you get different types. I've got 3 different ones, but the classic wooden ladder is included in base game, so you don't need any packs to use ladders. And as I said before, ladders are a great way to save space, especially when you build smaller things. So this was one way to build a loft, but there's of course different methods you can use, and I want to show you another one for the sake of completeness, and also because this method here makes it really easy to build lofts in specific shapes, not just squares. You can do it with platforms too, but it's a bit more complicated. So this time we still have a floor on our second story here, and what you want to do first is pick a fence that you like and use it to draw out the area for your loft. And as I said before, you can do this in any shape you like. Once you're done with that, you simply want to grab the sledgehammer tool and delete the floor opposite of your lofted area here. And there's no need to delete parts of the fence for your staircase or ladder, you can simply place it like this and it will work just fine. But if you really need to delete the fence for some reason, the floor might reappear, and to fix this problem, you simply want to click on your lofted area, raise it by 1, and this way it's now detached from the rest of the floor, and if you delete it now, it should be gone for good. So these are the basics for building lofts and basically everything you need, but I wanted to include a little bonus here at the end of the video, and I'm going to show you how you can build one of these slanted windows here, which I like to use for my micro lofts, but you can of course use them for other builds as well. So what you want to do first is go to the roof section and select the half gabled roof. Next, place it where you want your window to be. So I want mine to be on the left hand side here, and I'm simply going to rotate it until it's in the right position. And I usually like to get rid of the eaves first, so you can use these small arrows here to modify them. And next you want to use the bigger arrows here to make your roof as small as possible, so it's just 1 by 1. And you also want to have it right in the corner here. And this way we can also align it with the wall here. So once it looks something like this, we're going to copy our roof and place it somewhere else. I'm just putting it somewhere on the side because we're going to need it later on. But before, we're going to click on our first roof here and extend only one of the eaves. So usually they will extend symmetrically, but we don't want it here. So we're going to avoid that by pressing and holding the shift key while dragging one of the smaller arrows here. And this way we can extend only one side, and this portion of the roof here is going to be your window. So to turn it into a window, you want to go to the roof pattern section here and choose from one of the glass roofs. And what's really cool here is that most of them are included in base game, so you don't really need any packs for this. And depending on what you're building, you can choose from the different styles here. So as you guys can see, some of them are symmetrical, some are not. We have the honeycombs. Here we have a clear one, and there's also one with a lot of intricate details, and of course the mesh, which I like to use for more rustic builds. Personally, I prefer this one here for modern builds, but you can of course use whatever you like. So at this point we're almost done. We just need to cover up the portion of the roof where we can see inside now, and to do so we just grab our second roof here and place it on top. And this way you can also use different roof patterns for the small portion here. I also like to use some trims, and at this point you can basically customize the window as you like. If you're interested in a more detailed tutorial on this one, there's a video on my channel on how to build different types of slanted windows with more useful tips and tricks to build unconventional windows like this one here. So that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed the video and found it helpful, and if you did, please leave a like, consider subscribing for more. See you guys next time. Peace out.